Hey everyone, how y'all doing? My name is Deborah. Welcome to another edition of Tea Rama with Deborah, where I discuss, rant, rave about my favorite dramas currently airing or have already aired. And yes, today, or a few days ago, I uploaded a first impression spoiler-free review of Legend of Fuyao, and today I'm doing a spoiler-filled Legend of Fuyao first impression of the 8 episodes. So if you haven't watched the 8 episodes and you really don't want spoilers, this is not the review for you. I'm gonna put a link down below for the review. You should go check. But if you really don't mind spoilers and you really just want to hear me talk about the characters, the people I hate, the people I love, and basically just discuss the things that I really loved and hated in this drama, or you've watched it and you want to join me, you want someone that you want to express your feelings with, then this is the right place to be. Stay along, come along with me as we write about our mutual dislikes for certain people and our mutual love for certain people, and we find girl together, because you know me, that's kind of why I do this. Today we're going to be discussing Legend of Fuyao episode 1 to 8. Everything I loved, everything I hated. We're gonna hold no bars. And while I said we're gonna be discussing episode 1 to 8, just note, because I've read the book, there might be certain situations where I might throw other spoilers out there, so just beware. If you don't want to hear certain spoilers, probably just don't watch this. But without further ado, let's go into this. I'm charged up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna be looking down at my notes so I don't forget what exactly it is I'm saying. So like I did say, I'm gonna be talking about Legend of Fuyao, starring Yanmi from 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, Eating Run from Fated to Love You, Vengo Gao from 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, Lai Yi from 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, or Ugly Girl Ruihua also, and it has 66 episodes, 45 minutes each. If you remove the ending and the opening OSTs, it's gonna be about 40 minutes, so like 42 minutes each. The summary of the episodes and what has happened so far is we're introduced to Fuyao. I'm gonna give a very short summary because we do have a lot to talk about today, so don't mind me. If you don't want to hear the summary, I'm gonna put a timestamp so you can just fast forward to that part where I start ranting about the drama. Alright, starts out with Fuyao. Fuyao is this girl from a kingdom called Taiyuan Kingdom. Now, Taiyuan Kingdom is a kingdom that has a sect called the Zhuanyuan sect. In that Zhuanyuan sect, there are different levels of people. They're like the nobles, the people who are highly bettered, like they have noble parents, and then they're the lowercase people who are their slaves and their servants, and that's where Fuyao basically falls in. Now, Fuyao is this girl who we find out that no one really knows about her birth. She was adopted into that lowercase tribe as a baby, and when the drama starts, we find out right from episode 1, right off the bat, that she's very close and actually in love with her senior brother. Now, her senior brother is actually a noble from the higher sect, and he's the son of the leader of the sect, who doesn't encourage his relationship with Fuyao. Now, Fuyao is this girl who's really naughty and troublesome, and she gets into trouble a lot, and senior brother always saves her. But there's a girl called Fuyao, the devil's incarnate, who is in love with senior brother, because all dramas always have that character, the second lead. She isn't really the second lead, but whatever. In the first few episodes, let's just call her second. Let's give her that honor. Second lead who is in love with senior brother, and she's basically, like I said, the devil's incarnate, and she's out to ruin Fuyao for no other reason but being jealous, and senior brother is always saving her. But we come to find out along the way that senior Peiyuan is actually a child or the niece of the Prime Minister of Taiyuan Kingdom. And the senior brother's father is this power-hungry man who wants his son to achieve greater heights. Basically, he wants to fulfill his dreams through his son. So he sets up a marriage between his son and Peiyuan with the Prime Minister, who The prime minister himself is actually evil and is trying to take over Taiyuan kingdom from the king. He killed all the descendants of the king except one person, the crown prince, who we find out is an impostor and is not the crown prince of the Taiyuan kingdom. And along the way, Fuyao there's this competition that comes up in the clan to choose who's the best hero and martial artist in the whole 5 kingdoms, because there are 5 kingdoms. Taiyuan kingdom is one of those kingdoms. And to choose who's the best martial artist, and they normally come to that Zhang set for the competition. And somebody puts Fuyao's name in the competition without her knowing, takes her blood because you need the blood to enter the competition, puts her name in, and she gets into the competition. During the first round of the competition, she passes and she excels and helps the group win due to the help of that imposter prince who Fuyao already knows is an imposter, because when the original prince was being followed to be killed, Fuyao saved him, even though at the end of the day he ended up being exchanged and he may or may have not died. They've not really made that clear to us yet. But Fuyao knew already, as she had already met the original prince. So when she met this new prince, she knew he was a fake. But he helped her save her pig. So they got along, and he also helped her save her from the beast, who was actually the quiz for the first round of the competition, but she didn't know that. So during the first round of the games that someone placed Fuyao's names in, she met that beast again, and like I did say, the fake crown prince has already shown her how to handle the beast. So Fuyao handles the beast beautifully. She wins the competition, moves on to the second round. In the second round, no one wants to be her partner, but he comes in again and he saves her, and she keeps wondering, like, who are you really? How come you're so powerful and you're always helping me out and you know so many things, but you're pretending to be stupid to other people, but I can clearly see that you're smart? And he says he's not going to tell her. Meanwhile, he has this best friend who is a medical sage. He's the best medical doctor in the whole kingdom. And we find out through that medical sage that he, the fake crown prince, is actually the crown prince of the Tianzhuan kingdom, which is the kingdom that rules the other 5 kingdoms. So he is like the Ogapata, like my Nigerian brothers and sisters would say. He's like the main king or crown prince. He's gonna be the main king. And so we find out who he really is, but Fuyao already doesn't know who he is. And I know a lot of people have missed that, because I've still been saying I'm on episode 8, and I've still seen a lot of people, I mean I'm on episode 10 technically, but for the review, I'm saying I'm on episode 8, but I've passed episode 8, even though you guys haven't watched that. But I've watched it without subs. Sorry, I just went off track. So Fuyao doesn't know who he is, that he is the crown prince of the main Tianzhuan kingdom, but we know that. And so he helps her during the second round to pass through the second round. And while they are passing through the second round, something happens with the umbrella that's meant to take them back to the field where the other contestants and the judges are. And she falls into the water and lands in this mystical place that teaches her this divine technique that no one knows. But if you know how to fight using those techniques, which is breaking the 9th heaven in English, I'm just gonna use the English name, breaking the 9th heaven. If you're able to break the 9th heaven, then you're gonna be like unbeatable and the best martial artist out there. And so Fuyao learns those techniques in her dream, the martial fight, and she didn't know, but she'd be waking up and seeing herself in like strange places, and everyone thought something was weird with her, like she was possessed, except Wuji, who is the crown prince, the fake crown prince, who knew that there was something going on, something more, and he understood what was going on. Now comes in the 3rd round of the competition. During the 3rd round of the competition, she battles, and the last person she has to battle is her senior brother. Now, her and her senior brother had broken up because her senior brother, like I told you, his dad arranged the marriage for him and Pei Yuan, and he basically chose Pei Yuan over her, telling her to be his concubine because he needs Pei Yuan for power, and she didn't want that, so she told him, no boy, I'm not gonna roll with you like that. I don't want that kind of love. If I'm not your number one, I can't be your number two. If you make me a concubine, it's like I'm still a slave. That just cancels everything out. I want to be free. I don't want to be held down. And so they meet in the last stage, and he's shocked to see her because she doesn't, according to what they know, she has no skills. So they go ahead and fight, and she basically lets him win. And instead of just shutting up and allowing the poor girl to live in peace, Pei Yuan comes in and talks her down, talks about how she's a slave, she was born from a lowly place, etc and etc. She doesn't know how to fight. It was senior brother that taught her everything she knows, and she's practicing witchcraft. And so Fuyao got raging mad and basically beat his ass up. And when she beat his ass up, his father basically came and knocked her out and then arrested her and lied to everyone that she learned or she stole a technique that's actually quite evil, and he has to arrest her for that the technique she's using is very forbidding. But the truth is, he actually wants to steal the technique from her and learn how to use it, because if he knows the technique, he will once more his sect will once more become the greatest sect that has ever lived, because the sect is slowly dying down since they no longer have that breaking the ninth heaven technique. And when he imprisons her, she kind of escapes due to Pei Yuan's jealousy and mistake. She escapes and she's saved by the crown prince Wuji again, and Wuji saves her, and basically that's how the story goes on. So let's just end it there. That's the summary. Hopefully I didn't spend too long on this summary. Now let's go to the moment you all have been waiting for. Let's talk. Let's take a glass of tea first and then we'll talk, or mug of tea first. Okay, so now let's talk about what I love so far, and we're gonna use the characters to basically talk about it. Now let's talk about the Crown Prince Wuji and Fuyao, and I'm gonna be looking down at my notes just to remember the important parts that I really wanted to touch on. I really like how she didn't hold on to senior brother but let him go. But when he was good to her, like that time where in, I think it was episode 4 or so, during the first match with the Beast, when he came in front for her, even though he kind of spoiled like the first instant where she was gonna get the Beast down, and I'm like, why do you ruin everything? No one asked for your help. Oh, but when he came in between her and the Beast and he got injured for her, I like how even though she had cut off all relations with him, she still knew to repay back the debt, so she no longer feels indebted to him, because if she hadn't given him that medicine, she will forever feel indebted to him, like she owes him something. And to really cut off all relations from him, it's better to not have any debt or owing between them, between both of them. So I really like that she actually went to give him the medicine, even though at first I was annoyed, but then when I had her reason, I kind of came to an understanding on why she was doing what she was doing, and I was totally in support of that. So I really like that about her character. Another thing I actually really love, connecting to that same topic, is how she broke off with him without looking back. Like, she gave him his chances, not that they should get back together, but not to become someone undignified in front of her, and not to lower the respect she has for him. But he, with his own hands, kept on ruining all the chances she gave him. But I like how she gave him those chances, because when you love someone, it's not easy to just let go. But I like how she, even though she had decided to let go, she still kept on giving him the chances to be the person that she loved and respected. But you just kept on messing it up and messing it up until he was irredeemable. Another thing that I really liked, I absolutely love so far, is the Doctor. I think he's my second favorite character after Wuji. I absolutely love the Doctor, and I love the relationship between him and Wuji. I love their light banter, especially when the three of them are together, when Fuyao, the doctor, and Wuji are together. I love their light banter, and I can't wait to see more of them, hopefully, before everything goes haywire and goes really, really crazy. But so far, I'm really, really enjoying the banter between them. Another thing that I really like so far is that he is actually a prince, like I already said in my summary. But if you didn't watch my summary, and if you really don't know this and you're still thinking he's a fake prince, he's not a fake prince. He's the crown prince Wuji of the Tianzhuan kingdom, which is basically the kingdom that rules the other 5 kingdoms, the kingdom that's in charge of the other 5 kingdoms. So he is like a big deal, even bigger than the little fake crown prince that he's pretending to be, okay? So I really, really like that he's a crown prince, because one thing that really annoys me with dramas is when you're watching a drama and let's say the guy was really rich, but he abandons his wealth to be with the girl. Like, what's nonsense? What stupidity? Or he abandons his crown to be with the girl. Like, there's this Thai drama I'm watching right now, Crown Prince, where something like that happens, and I just wasted 16 hours of my time for you to give up the throne for love? I'm sorry. That sounds so wrong. My point is, I absolutely love that he is a crown prince, and we know her secret. I know her secret because I've read the book, but you guys don't know her secret. I'm not gonna spoil that part for you. You guys will be shocked when you find out who she really is. But I really love that he is actually a prince and he's not a fake, because that would have really annoyed me if he was a fake. Another thing that I really like about this drama right now is when they first met, how he hesitated in taking the drug when she told him that she was trying to save a life. But at the end of the day, he still decided, let me just go. I like how that showed that not only does he have a heart, because he took a second to like think about it. Should I give this girl the drug? After all, she's trying to save a life. But then he thought about it and he weighed his options, and he realized that while she takes this fruit that she wants to take from him, she might be able to save a life. But that's not the only treatment out there. He has the greatest doctor in the kingdoms as his best friend, and that guy can actually create a drug that can save whoever she wants to save. But this fruit is the only fruit that can give him the powers he needs to be able to make sure that blood is not shed in his trying to save the 5 kingdoms. So I like how he weighed his options and then decided, I'm not gonna give you this particular thing, but I'm still gonna get you something else, even though he didn't tell her, and then he gave it to her later on, as we saw. So I really like how it showed that he's not a stupid crown prince that will just emotion leads him. He actually weighs his options and thinks things through before he takes a step. So I really appreciated that about that part of the drama. Another thing that I really like is that unlike Pei Yuan, whose goals and aspirations are centered around senior brother, and everything for Pei Yuan is senior brother, and how to make senior brother greater, not even her herself or how to be better herself. Fuyao actually has her own goals, aspirations, and dreams that are not centered around a guy, and she doesn't let the love for a guy hold her down. Because to be quite honest, and I want you guys who have watched the 8 episodes to rub minds with me on this. Don't you think, just like I do, that Pei Yuan, if Pei Yuan was the one in Fuyao's shoes, Pei Yuan would have actually agreed to become his concubine, senior brother's concubine, but then ends up killing the real wife. Like, I can definitely see Pei Yuan saying, yeah, I'll marry you, no problem, as long as I get you. And then when I get into the house, I'm gonna kill the wife. Like, that's the type of person Pei Yuan is. But I like how Fuyao was like, no, you don't get the whole idea. Like, me being a concubine just cancels out my freedom. It's no different from being a slave, because I'm not number 1. I'm still gonna be number 2, and I don't want to be second best. I want to be the best. So I really like that about Fuyao's character, and like, she was very clear about that from the beginning. That's why it annoyed me when the senior brother couldn't understand why she couldn't just accept it. Like, dude, she told you from the beginning this is what she wanted, and you didn't understand that. and now you're coming to put the blame on her like it's all her fault for not wanting to be your concubine, when that's like another prison in itself, being under Pei-yuan who hates her. Like, how stupid can you be? Let's not even go into my rant for the senior brother yet. I'm saving that for later, but that's just something I wanted to point out that I really like about her, that she has her own goals, dreams and aspirations, not centered around a man, which ties to the reason why I really love Crown Prince for her, wuji for her, because you can see that wuji literally just wants her to soar to the greatest height she can be, and even if she ends up being greater than him, he wouldn't really care. It's like the part where they were talking about the breaking the night heaven techniques, where she tells him, why, do you also want to learn my technique? And he's like, dude, I don't need your technique, I already have mine. Like, have it, keep it, excel in it, I don't really care. It's really cool, but I have my own cool stuff too, and I'm not jealous of you for having that. I don't want what you have. I want you to excel and flourish while I also excel and flourish. Let's excel and flourish together. It doesn't have to be only one person that gets it all. So I really like how he wants them to get it together, basically be great together, and not like just one of us can have it like senior brother is thinking. So I really like that about Wuji and Fuyao's character and relationship. Something else that I really love right now, or someone else I really love right now, is her friend in the sect, in the Zhuang sect, Xiaozi. I really love him. He is so loyal, as at the 8 episodes we've watched right now. Even when what's her name, Pei-yuan told Fuyao to jump down the cliff, and he actually reached forward with his neck, like, so the sword cuts him and didn't wait for the sword to come to him. That's crazy loyalty right there. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but even when they were about to throw him off the cliff, he didn't beg for forgiveness, he didn't beg for them to save him or anything. Boyfriend just kept quiet and he was ready to die with Fuyao. Like, that is crazy sick loyalty that you hardly get to see, and hopefully they don't ruin that in this drama. But that's just something that I really appreciated so far. I'm shouting. Why am I shouting? Oh, this is something that annoys my mom so much. She's always like, Deborah, you're shouting, stop shouting. I'm sorry, when I'm excited I tend to like speak louder. I'll try and keep it down, people. Hold on. Another thing that I really liked is the symbolism when she stepped on senior brother's head to kill the beast. It showed how she literally has to step on him to be able to break free and make it in life and conquer her beast. Because if she keeps letting him like block her path, like he kept on doing during the what's it called, during the competition, if she keeps on letting him do that without actually stepping on him to get to her height, she will never get to the height that she wants to get to. So I really liked that symbolism on how she stepped on him to get to where she wanted to get, but she didn't have to hurt him in the process of stepping on him to kill the beast. That was really symbolic. So I really like that about that scene. Something else that I love is, for those of you who have read the book, you know about the rodents. In fact, when she met Wuji in the book, that was one of the first things we saw. It wasn't Wuji that stole the fruit from her per se, it was mainly the rodent that stole the fruit from her. So I love how they kept the rodents in the drama also. The rodent is one of my favorite characters, and it's been a joy to watch the rodents' interaction with Wuji and Fuyao. Next thing that I really liked, I don't know if you guys noticed, but during the parts where they were in Fuyao's sect and like group, they would play this Irish Scottish sounding OST that sounded like Lord of the Rings when they were at the Bilbo Baggins area. Is it just me that noticed that? I'm like, what in the Lord of the Rings is going on right now? And stuff. And this does, especially her case, does like the whole building, how they structured and built the place, does remind me of Lord of the Rings. So that was really interesting, and just something little that I wanted to throw out there that I really liked to notice. Another thing that I absolutely love is his disappointed look, Wuji's disappointed look when she let the senior brother win. You could see like he's like, nah bruh, you shouldn't have done that. And I'm gonna go more in depth into that in a little bit, but I really like how his disappointed look basically showcased how we all felt like, dude, this guy is definitely not what you're giving this fight to him. He's not worthy. You shouldn't have done this. And senior brother truly proved himself to be someone that's not worth it by how he reacted to Pei Yuan's statements, agreeing with Pei Yuan's useless, nonsensical, stupid statements. But anyway, that's just how I feel. But I think overall, if there's one scene that really stood out to me all 8 episodes and really like made me fall in love with this drama above all things, is the scene where she comes back for revenge against Pei Yuan. Now let's talk about that part. One thing I love is how the crown prince, number one, knew, like they've spent just a few days with each other, but he knew that she wanted revenge. He gave her his energy for a certain number of hours to go get the revenge without stopping her. He did warn her about the revenge and all, but he did not stop her from getting the revenge. Instead, he even gave her the things she needed to get her revenge. And then when she went to get the revenge, she literally beats this girl up. And after beating this girl up, when the servants came to cut off her face and Fuyao saw what the servants were doing, Fuyao didn't stop them. I absolutely love that part. It shows that Fuyao and the prince are not perfect court characters who are like good. Like they're not evil, yet they're not cutthroats good. Like they're not 100% good. They have their, will I say, if you treat them good, they do good to you, but if you're bad, they met out bad to you, that if that makes sense. But I really love how their character has the complicated intricacies to eat in that scene, because you can really see if it was another wuji or zhan drama we were watching, the female lead would have probably tried to stop them and we as viewers will be mad and all. But I really like how Fuyao was written, in that she knew that this girl deserved it. Like, I'm not, and she did say it, she said, I'm not gonna kill you, because if I kill you, it's gonna make me as evil as you, but I'm gonna hurt you for all you've done to me. And then if these people want to finish you off, I'm not gonna stop them from finishing you off, and I'm just gonna walk away, because you dug your grave and now it's time for you to lie in that grave that you dug. So I really appreciated that scene, because not only did it show an understanding between our leads, it showed the intricacies in their characters, and it shows how united and similar they are. And even Wuji said it in like the end of episode 8, how they just click right from the first time they met. They just click. There's something about them that clicks, which I will get into later on when I'm talking about my final thoughts. There's something I want to touch on again, hopefully I remember. But yeah, I just really love that scene. Is there anyone else out there that loves it as me? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, let's discuss the two people I like facial expression and everything the most in this character. Let's call them the P-square couple. Do you know why they're called the P-square couple? Because one of them is psychotic and one of them is pathetic. Pathetic is senior brother and psychotic is obviously Pei Yuan. And Pei Yuan, I think the only thing I can say about Pei Yuan right now is there are 2 words for her. The 2 best words to describe Pei Yuan is she's crazy stupid. Okay, like I can't even, at least for Sujin from 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, I at least respected her because she was crazy smart. She was crazy. She was evil. But at least Sujin was smart in the whole craziness of it all and evilness of it all. She was smart about what she was doing. But Pei Yuan is crazy and stupid. If you're gonna be crazy and evil, at least be smart about it. But no, she is a dumbo who is also crazy. Now when those 2 combinations come together, it never goes well. Never goes well for anyone. Which is why I just sit back And I look at senior brother and I'm like, dude, you just made the deal with the devil and you don't even know. I feel a little bad for you right now. You really don't know what you just gotten yourself into. And it's funny because the scene where they were fighting during the second round of competitions, where she killed one of her members, like set members, and senior brother was like in shock. What are you doing? He's one of us. You didn't need to kill him. You could see the murder and evil in her eyes. That's why later on, when we came to find out that she was actually using an evil blood technique when she was fighting Fuyao and all that she isn't actually meant to learn and know, it wasn't shocking to me because that particular scene, how she was just killing people mercilessly, you could see that even if she wasn't learning an evil technique, evil will consume her in a matter of time, especially if you're someone who's as familiar as me with the Zhang world and reading Zhang novels. It's just a matter of time before the evil consumes you, and I'm like, bruh, you just made a deal with the devil and you're about to lie in bed with the devil and you don't even know what is coming your way. Like, I'm beginning to feel bad for senior brother, like, at that second. But obviously, I came back to my senses in a little bit. But Fei Yuan is just stupid crazy. That's just the best part to describe her. But you have to admit, she's slightly funny. And I'm saying slightly, I'm like stuttering it out on purpose because there's this scene, I don't know if you guys remember the scene where they were in front of the ring of nothingness when Fuyao was in, and they were telling Pei Yuan, the other brothers and sisters in the set were telling Pei Yuan how anyone that goes in there never comes out, and Pei Yuan was like, so how do we know she's dead though? Like, okay, can you guys go in and make sure she's dead? And I'm like, bitch, you go in. Like, what are you trying to say? Go in. If they go in, they ain't coming out again. So number one, how are you even gonna get the information that she's dead? That was before they told her about the cloud of smoke that's gonna come out and showcase that the person is dead. I'm like, how are you even gonna know that she's dead when they ain't even gonna come out, number one, to tell you? And bitch, if you're the one who wants to kill her the most here, so why don't you carry your own 2 legs and go in and make sure that she's dead and see it with your own eyes that she's dead, and then never come out again and save all of us the horror of having to spend how many more episodes seeing your annoying face. Which is why I was so happy when her face was finally disfigured, even though I wish she died. But obviously we still have to have her, even though we're gonna have more evil female characters later on, but we still have to have the Pei Yuans of the world to try and ruin things, and for our dear Fuyao to ruin at the end of the day and destroy at the end of the day. But that is just all out. Now let's go to the character that I really want to dissect, or I really want to like touch on a little bit. Senior brother. Pathetic. Let's call him Senior Pathetic. Let's talk about Senior Pathetic, okay? So let's start from beginning. Let me look at my notes. Let me look down at my notes because there's certain things I really do want to touch on. I already disliked him in the book, but in this we can actually see more of, like I did say in my non-spoiler review yesterday, we can actually see more of why he's doing what he's doing, but still, he is still someone who has no ethics, no values, and he is totally a coward, a pathetic coward, useless human being. That's the best description for him. He is useless. Like my people will say, he's a shaggy. That is all we can use to describe him. Now let's talk about the first scene that really got him like under my skin, or the first part that really like I cancelled him off. Forgetting the book right now, just basing on the drama. The part where he was with Pei Yuan after their engagement was arranged and Fuyao saw them. And this motherfucker had the audacity to come tell Fuyao, like, Fuyao, what do you think you are doing there? You almost paused things. I'm like, excusez-moi, qu'est-ce que vous avez dit? Comment vous dit? Like, I just started speaking French in a Chinese drama. My French that has been laid asleep for years just started coming out from nowhere. I'm like, this dude described my entire existence. I'm about to flunk and whoop him, which is why I'm happy Fuyao did it later on and we'll get into, but that part really got on my nerves, like the audacity, and among all the nonsense, he had the audacity to actually look Fuyao in the eyes and tell her to be his concubine and think she should be grateful to him for becoming a concubine. Like, are you crazy? Are you a fool? No, you are a fool. It's not you. Are you a fool? He's already a fool. Like, how stupid can you be? And you wonder why she's not with you and she doesn't agree to your request when you know all along that all Fuyao has ever wanted is freedom. Like, don't you think? Oh my gosh, she is so annoying. I'm so thankful that he is not the main lead. Can you imagine the horror if that was the main lead? Thank you, Jesus, that we didn't have to go through many episodes of him, which is why I'm grateful. In the book, it was just like the first 2 chapters, I believe, if not even the first chapter, that he was cancelled. We already cancelled him. And also, I'm really glad that even in the drama by episode 2, we've already cancelled him and we're done with him before he even showed more of his true colors. Anyways, the next scene that I really didn't like is the next scene I want to talk about is the scene in episode 4 when he came in between her and the beast. And I think, like I did say previously, it's very symbolic of who his character is gonna be. He's gonna be that guy that's always coming in Fuyao's way, stupidly thinking he's doing her good, but he is not doing good. He's just ruining everything for us. The ruiner, that's another name for him. The guy who ruins everything. Stuff. So that's gonna be his role, and I think now it's confirmed that that's gonna be his role. But oh my gosh, he really got on my last nerves in that scene, because girlfriend had just learned the skills from boyfriend and she was about to kill this beast, and he just came from nowhere and just fought everything. I worked so hard for the past how many hours, minutes for, you just came and ruined it because you thought I was not able to handle it. Are you? Anyway, so another scene that I enjoyed seeing, or I want to touch on, is the scene where they were fighting the last round, where it was him and Fuyao. That's the part I'm going to touch on a lot of things right now. But the first thing I want to touch on is their first meeting. So when he comes down and he finds out that his opponent is Fuyao, and his first reaction is, how come it's you? That's his first statement. And even Crown Prince, like, I just loved all Wuji's reactions during that scene because it just expressed everything I was feeling. You could see Wuji was like, oh no bruh. Wuji coughed and he's like, you just messed up. But I'm just gonna sip this tea and watch as she deals with you for messing up. Because it's like, you weren't, he wasn't. Normally the reaction of someone who claims to love another person, when you see that the person that survives is the one that you love, especially in a game where you know that she can die, isn't he supposed to be relieved? Oh my goodness, Fuyao, you made it. If that had been his reaction, I promise you, knowing the type of person Fuyao is, she would have probably, that might have been a turning point to their relation, that she would have probably considered maybe even going back to him. But because of his reaction, which was not, oh my goodness, it's Fuyao, it's you, you're okay, nothing happened to you, you survived, thank God it's you, thank God it's you. But instead it's, how come it's you? Like, seriously, of all the people I could find me, it has to be you who is no match for me. And that scene, like I said, that scene was just it for me. And like I did say, even Wuji showcased it, like, bruh, you done messed up, and I'm gonna sip this tea and watch as she beats you up. Touching on that part again, when he told her how come it's you, when he told her, after telling her how come it's you, like, as if that's not enough, that one mistake is not enough, boyfriend had to go and add on his mistake by telling her to quit, that she's lesser than him, he doesn't want to injure her. Like, for her to have gotten in that stage, seriously, that's the best you can tell her. You still see her as lesser than you and not up to, like, I can't fight with you, you're not up to my stage. This was no longer a situation of I'm looking after you, or it's because I love you and I don't want to see you get, or that was just basically him really looking down at her. And if we're being honest, it was stage, he himself said it can't just be luck. So he knew that at that stage, for her to reach even that point, passing even the crazy Peiyuans of the world that will literally kill anyone just to get to the thing that she wants, for Fuyao to have gotten to that stage, it means she's a force to contend with. So it wasn't just him looking down at her as lesser than him, but it was also his fear of her triumphing over him that was showcased there. And that's what I really don't like about his character. How he, unlike Wuji, who, like I said, wants to see her soar, he wants to be the best. He doesn't want her to be better than him. His dignity, his pride is more important to him than the so-called love, or the so-called love he has for her. He is so engraved in being the best and having the power and being a man. Sorry to all the men out there watching this. But being the man and the olden Asian definition of what a man should be and all that, he forgets that being a man doesn't mean conquering a woman. That doesn't make you a man. Conquering a woman doesn't make you a man. And so that's just something else that I hate about his character and that scene as a whole. Another thing that I really didn't like about that scene, like I said, I'm really gonna touch on that fight scene because it showed us the various traits he has and the various intricacies to his so-called love for Fuyao. Another thing that I liked again is that it showed us the clear difference between him and Crown Prince. Like I did say, how Crown Prince basically wanted her to excel while he was scared of her. He didn't want her to excel. Even when they were fighting, if you claim to love her so much, then when you're fighting, right, shouldn't you, yes, you're giving it your all, but he basically would have probably killed her if it meant him becoming number one. But then if it was Crown Prince and her would have fought, giving it their best, but they'll still find a way to make sure that they don't hurt each other in a way that it leads to death. Get where I'm coming from? So that's that in a way that one of them can lose without them basically forcing themselves to lose, like Fuyao did for senior brother in the beginning before she took back her sword to fight again. And also I really liked the difference that was really showcased between him and Wuji. And at that moment, I think we can all agree that we were all sure that we were team Wuji and not him. But it doesn't really matter because senior brother is not even the second lead. The second lead is about to show up in a few episodes. I've already seen him because I've caught up with further episodes, but you guys are about to catch up with him very soon. The second lead is Vengo Gao. Next, another thing about that scene that he asked her, are you becoming enemies with me? Like, how does that make you enemies because you guys are competing? A competition shouldn't make you enemies. Like, that's like, I think, like I was saying, that's what I love about Crown Prince Wuji. If it was him fighting with her, the competition would not have made them enemies. Instead, it will make them learn from each other, showcase each other's strengths and weaknesses, and learn from that. But instead of seeing it as an opportunity to grow, senior brother Pathetic was seeing it as an opportunity to ruin Fuyao, and he was seeing it as him basically possibly being ruined by Fuyao and seeing it as an insult to him. He was seeing it all sorts of bad instead of in the good way. He kept on seeing it in a negative way, and that's why he's just all sorts of wrong for Fuyao, and that's why he can never be even worthy of being the second lead. Hallelujah. Now, finishing all that comes the most important part in that fight scene. When Pei Yuan basically talks down on Fuyao, abuses her lineage, blah blah blah, insults her, falsely accuses her, and that was his opportunity to basically stand up for her. And I love this camera direction of that scene because it showed everyone's reaction and Fuyao's reception to everyone's reaction. And one thing you notice, I don't know if you guys noticed that, maybe go back and watch it again, but when she finished her speech when Pei Yuan was giving her speech and when she finished her speech, notice that Crown Prince never once looked away from Fuyao, either in pity or like, dang, this girl is really lowly, or they have finished this girl has been finished, I can't help this girl, I don't want to help this girl, this is gonna be helpless. He never looked away from her. He kept on looking at her, not in pity, but in, wow, you've really been through a lot. So what are you gonna do now? Are you going to let them keep doing this to you, or are you going to fight? That was the look he gave her. Meanwhile, when the camera panned to senior brother, we saw senior, and when Fuyao looked at senior brother looked away like, don't look at me, I ain't about to help you, I know you, I ain't ever met you, who are you again? Do I know you? And stuff. And that was the moment he truly know he effed up, because it was after that moment, and then he made the comment agreeing with Pei Yuan like, dude, everyone could see here that this girl just gave you an opportunity to hold your dignity, carry the L and walk away. But instead of carrying the L and walking away, no, this dude had to come in and basically mess things up by not shutting up his mouth and opening his mouth to spat nonsense. And that was when Fuyao was like, oh, you gonna make me go out of my fucking way, you gonna make me buy butters for shower maid. I'm not sure what it was that really made y'all mad, but I guess this is what I gotta do to make y'all rap. I mean, whoa. Basically, she went back to back Drake on him, if y'all get what I'm talking about. But Fuyao basically went all, I'm about to whoop you. Whoop the shege. Shege, like I said in my language, means basically something that's, I don't know, bastard, useless is the best word I can find to describe it. But she's like, I'm about to beat the shege out of this human. this idiot, I'm about to beat the shege out of this idiot right now. And I was so here for this. I really liked the fight sequence in that scene. I love the breaking ninth heaven technique. They really made it worthy of being called the breaking ninth heaven technique, because that technique looked really, I've watched a lot of wuxia zhan dramas, and that's one of my favorite martial art moves I have seen so far from all the zhanxia wuxia dramas that I have seen. I really enjoyed that fight sequence. So good job to the martial artists that trained Fuyao for it, Yangmi for it and all. But yeah, that's just my feelings on Pei Yuan and senior brother's character. What I do dislike in this drama, this is really long, I know guys, forgive me, hopefully you're still here for me. I was really sad when Uncle Zhao died. I know a lot of people cried. I didn't cry, but it was a really sad scene. I wish he had stayed alive. I wish we had seen more to him, but I like that his death was the driving force that Fuyao really needed. Like the last break, she needed to get out of there, like, I'm getting out of here, and she got the equipment she needed to get out of there. And also his death was really sad. I wish he didn't have to die so soon, even if he had to die, just not so soon. So that was really sad. I didn't like that part. Another thing that I didn't like is I wish the Crown Prince was not helping her so much, but I guess that's what makes us realize that Fuyao is not perfect. But one thing I like is even though he's helping her, she tends to learn herself. Like how in the first match, even though he was the one who showed her the trick of killing the beast, she learned how to do it just from watching him once do it and did it herself the second time. But then apart from that time, mostly when she's in trouble, he's always the one saving her. And I guess it's good to show that sometimes you need a helping hand, but if you guys make it literally every time, it's gonna get too much. So hopefully they don't overdo him helping her every time, and they limit it. Don't overdo it, guys. We'll get tired of him always saving her, and at a certain point we're like, okay, what in the Cinderella story is going on? But yeah, that's something that I kind of had a iffy feeling about, or I didn't really love or hate, but yeah, I felt some way about. Next thing that I really didn't love, I didn't hate it, but I really didn't love, is how it was so fast. the way she started thinking about Crown Prince Wuji. Like immediately after the first fight, like yeah, I understand he taught her the move, so she's thinking about him, but how they made it seem, it felt like, girl, it's too soon to be thinking this way, because the way it was made to seem is like she's thinking towards him in an affectionate way. I don't know if it's only me that got that vibe, but yeah, I just felt like it was a little bit too soon for her to start thinking about him. Like, it's okay to show the battering and the chemistry and then flirting unconsciously and consciously between each other, but you didn't need to show us how many episodes in. Like, we were just on episode 4 or so. We didn't need to see that so soon, but that was just my own thoughts about the whole thing. What did you all think about that? Let me know in the comments down below. Overall, there were some mistakes that we noticed in the drama, but yeah, that's just something else that I noticed that I thought was quite funny. So far, I'm really liking this drama. I can't wait to see what else is gonna happen in the remaining episodes to come. This was really long because, like I said, I was talking about 8 episodes in one and trying to talk about my feelings on 8 episodes, which is a lot. I would like to break it into 2 and do like 4 episodes and 4 more episodes, but I don't know if I have the time for that, so maybe I'll break it next time into part 1 and part 2. Let me know in the comments down below how you want my future discussions to be. I'm thinking of making this weekly. At the end of every week, when all 8 episodes have finished airing, I'll make an overall comprehensive discussion, impression, thoughts video. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. What do you guys think I should call it? Should I call it thoughts or discussions on with Deborah? Let me know what you think fits. What's the entitled for the future episodes to come. But if you did enjoy this, let me know in the comments down below so I can make more for the more weeks that are coming, and we can definitely discuss it. Let me know your thoughts on the episodes, your favorite scenes, your worst scenes, who you dislike, who you love so far in the comments down below. My favorite characters right now are definitely the Doctor, Crown Prince and Fuyao, but especially the Doctor and the Crown Prince. I love the battering and the flirting between Fuyao and wuji. I love that they've already kissed, even though it was a water kiss, and I think it's very symbolic and interesting how the first skill she kind of learned in the Breaking the Night Heaven skill that she learned was involved with water, and her first kiss was under the water, so I wonder what the next kiss will be. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like, don't forget to share, subscribe, and keep being awesome beautiful people you are. From me to you all, you know, because nothing but love for you all. Stay awesome.